Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Power Expertise. And today I am back with another video in which you're going to learn how you can do a fetch XML query between two related tables. For me, in this case, we have employees and employees personal detail table. Later, we can create the fetch XML query and try to incorporate those in Power Automate as well as in your web page. So let's get started. So this is my table employees and employee personal detail. So this is my table employees and employee personal detail. Employees is having one-to-many relationship. Okay. So now what we will gonna do, we need to go to this setting icon. Then you need to go to advanced settings. And then in this, once you land up onto this page, you need to click on this filter icon. Then a new pop-up window will come. So what we will gonna do in a single web page, or in, you can say, in a single Power Automate fetch query, we will have columns from two different tables. Okay, so how we can have that? First, select your table. Okay, then from this table, which particular column you want to render. Let's say I want to show employee ID. Then this employee ID is part of employees table. Now what I will do, I will go to edit column and I'll go to add columns. And here it will show to like employee tables are currently connected to which many other table. Let's say user table and this employee personal detail and then teams table. Okay. So we are currently interested in employee personal detail table. So I will select that. So once you select another table, you can see the column started coming from this particular table. So now I want to, let's say, want to take city, country, emergency contact number, name of the employee, his phone number, PIN code, and that's it, and street also. So these many columns will come from another table and an employee ID will come from employee table. Then click on OK. Okay, before, clicking on OK, I just want to show you like these are the columns that we will, show. And these columns are coming from two different table. Ordering also you can change. Let's say if I want to shift the city before created on and I want to shift this created on at the last. So I have a flexibility to rearrange the order as well. And click on OK. And now you want to get the result. So before that, see employee ID needs to get some static value here. So don't worry. As of now, we will give some static value to download our fetch XML. And once we have that XML, we will put it into Power Automate and provide the dynamic value in place of static value. Okay, so the static value, I will get it from the table itself. Go back to the tables, employee table, and I will fetch any one record. Like, let's say we'll pick Dhruv's ID. So Dhruv's ID is 1, 2, 3, 4. I will pick that and I will enter here. Okay, I will paste it here. Now we'll see the result. If you get your expected result, then it's well and good. Means your fetch XML is ready to be downloaded. So you're getting Dhruv's name, his PIN code, his street name. When this particular record is created on employee table, make sure created on column is coming from your employee table. Rest of the column is coming from your employee personal detail column table. And this employee ID is also coming from employee table. City, his country, everything is coming. Okay. So we are satisfied, like we are getting the expected result out of our, fetch XML. So we'll go back to advanced, find, and now we will download the fetch XML. Click on download and download must be ready. Just go and see under your downloads and click on show. And then we will open it with WordPad. Okay. So here just we'll examine our fetch XML query. So first we have gone to this employees table. We have linked this table with the entity called employee personal details. And we have already discussed like what is this prefix. Okay. So it's automatically get created whenever you create any custom table in your Dataverse. Okay. Then, like how we do join in our SQL. So it's similar to that. We are connecting employee table with employee personal detail via this column, employee personal detail ID. So this column belongs to this table, and this column is a unique, having a unique value. So it's a unique identifier for this particular table. And this employee name is a unique identifier for employees table. Okay, so we are linking these two. We are comparing if these two matches, then we need to fetch out these many columns. So these are the attributes that we are fetching. So in my previous video, if you have remember what we have done, we have created this manually, and we have given the fetch XML query in the list rows like this. Okay, if you have watched my previous video. So this time we are using advanced filter option from make.powerapps.com, and we are creating the fetch XML query, and in which we are connecting two tables. We are getting the column from the two tables, okay, and combined it into one. Here I have given, a filter also, condition also. Based on some condition, I'm filtering my data. But if you can see here we are not currently giving any filter condition. Okay, we're simply getting if these two uh, column value matches, then fetch out the pin code, the phone number, the name, the emergency contact number, the country, and the city. And this is the aliasing. So for example, if you want to use like how in join we'll say like dot then the column. So like that, if this is quite big, so just remove it and say um merged. Okay. So later point of time, if you want to call out any of the column from this particular linked table, we need to use that a underscore merge dot the value. So this we will cover in the later part where we will, rendering the data on the web page. So currently what I will do, I will just copy this fetch XML and try to create one more flow, and I'll show you like how you can use it. So let's create a automated cloud flow, and I'll give a name fetch XML. You can give any name of your choice that you already know. When a row is added or modified, we'll use Dataverse trigger and create it. In this, when a row is created or modified, we'll have to give which type of trigger it should be added or modified or deleted. So we're interested in add or any modification is happening into our employee table. We want this particular flow to get trigger. We'll add the table, we'll decide the scope, organization. This we have done so many times. So I think you are already aware of, right? Now we will add list rows action, same as what we have done in our previous video. So the only difference now will add the fetch XML query, which we have created from the advanced filter option. In the fetch XML query, just paste whatever you have copied. And remember, you have given a static value. So make sure before saving your flow, change this static value and add it from your dynamic content. So from the dynamic content, we are interested in employee ID. It is on the top. So we'll just select that. Okay. And just make sure it is under, like it's marked under double quotes. So it is already. Now we'll add one compose just to show you what record we have received from this list rows action. And just observe that as soon as I add any particular value which I'm getting from this list row, it will automatically go into and apply to each block. Why? Because this is a list of rows. We are getting a result as a array value. It's not a single record. It's a multiple records. So that's why it will automatically get into an apply to each block. I will select, let's say I'm interested in getting the name of the employee. So I'll just select employee name from that list row. See, it went to an apply to each block. We'll save it. And from the back end, I will try to first just wait for this to get saved. It is saved now. But now we will go back and we'll try to add some record in our employees table just to trigger our flow. I'll add it like 6777. And from my employee detail table, personal detail table, I will pick out the which value or which name I want to pick. So let's say I want to create Stephen into my employee table. I'll click anyway out in from that block and it will start it saving. So data is saved. So it must have trigger my flow. We'll just go back and we'll see the run history. So it got triggered. Okay. I will tell you why it has triggered twice and we can, solve that issue as well. So in my compose, I'll go and click and see the values. Nothing is coming. In my list rows, what data I got, just see the show raw output. Okay, I got the name, I got the city, I got the pin code, country, street. Okay, everything I got, but in the compose, it is not showing me any records. I just wanted to show you like what was the error. So I deliberately made this and wanted to show you like we need to use the alias and then using dot operator, we need to call that column name. Okay, so this is the internal name of employee name column, which we have already seen in this FetchXML query. So this names just want I so what we need to do, how we will write it, we will first get this alias, which we have renamed and shorten it. It can, short it more, give only A or something. It's like user defined. You can give any name of your choice. And then dot, the logical name of the column that you are interested in. Okay, but this will not work like this. So if you have seen my previous video or if you're already aware of like from apply to each, how you get how you extract that particular value which you're interested in. So you need to do items, okay, and inside this you need to call off call out your apply to each whatever name you have given in this. So okay, and space will be replaced by underscore, and then after this you need to add a question mark, and then inside a square bracket inside the single quotes you need to give that alias dot logical name and click on OK. So now I believe the expected result will come. We'll test the result. Okay. The flow started running and stiffen is our expected outcome. And here it is, stiffen. Okay. So that we have added here in our list and we have selected stiffen. So this went how it works, the FetchXML query fetch the data, fetch the record based on this matching criteria, which is employee personal detail ID equal to employee name. Okay, if these two things matches according to our FetchXML query, and we are linking it with this. So if it matches, it will pull out name, street, pin code, and whatever column you're interested in, just give it in the attribute name and you are good to go. So currently, so yes, we have achieved this and you have your result in your list rows and based on your requirement, you can, utilize it in your so based on your requirement, you need to use the results which is in this list rows and need to use this apply to each block and you can perform the further action. So this is how you can use FetchXML query in Power Automate. Now we will move on and show it the records on a web page. Okay, so you come here in the design studio. Okay, so in a modern way also you can create a web page, or you can always go back and go to apps and then portal management. From classic way also you can go ahead and create a web page. So basic web page I have already covered in my previous video, like how you can create a web page and render the list of records on your page, or you can add a web form, or you can add any list view to show it to your end user. But now in this case, our requirement is like we need to show the record from two different tables. What we have done, we have linked two tables, employee tables. We have linked two table, employees table, and other one is like your employee personal detail table. So we have linked these two table together, and from the combination of these two, we will try to achieve like how in a tabular format we can show the details. So let's go ahead and create a web page. So I have explored in the other YouTube videos in which people have created templates, and then for templates they have added permission and all. So Power Portal have already given us a flexibility to use web page. So if you added web template, that's fine, but you will have all your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript at one place. But in web page, everything will be bifurcated and have a different a section to add your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So better to use this web page directly so that it will be there in your main navigation or in other pages. So you need not to create templates and then page template and then link that page template to your web page. So directly you can use this web pages, and I will show you like how you can have your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a different sections. So first we will give this name as uh, employee web page. Simple name I will give. Website I will use. So you can have a multiple website okay created in your tenant. So for now I will use this tech bar. Parent page, I'll say home should be my parent page. Partial URL employee hyphen web page. Page template, I'll use default page template. Okay. And publishing site should be published. This and all is not required. What we will do, we'll click on save. And now just go to this employee web page under localized content. Once you go there, you will have a section for HTML. And if you go to advanced, you have a section for JavaScript, and down the side, you will have a section for CSS. So if you create a template and add all your code there, you need to do two extra steps. What will be like you need to create a page template, and then you need to create a web page. So why to do those extra effort or extra steps when you already have directly web page in which you can add your HTML and your custom code basically. So in HTML, in today's video, what I will do, I will just show you how you can show the record from two related tables. Okay, today we will just read the records from those two related tables. And in my later video, what I will do, I will show you like how you can update also. So CURD operation we will see in our next video. So as of now, just go here and I will explain you completely what is this code all about. So this fetch XML, you're already like this particular code we have already added in our Power Automate Fetch XML query. Okay. Now, what what is this? So this Fetch XML is a liquid. We are trying to add a liquid code, and for syntax for that liquid code is like it always start with curly braces in percentile. And inside this, there is an object in liquid code for fetch XML. And then what is this? This is your user defined name. Whatever name you want to give, you can give it here. And we will use this particular name in your for loop block, because we will get a list of records. Similarly, like you have seen it here, right? In your list rows, when you have added a compose action, and in that compose, when we have added a name, okay, it automatically went into an apply to each means for loop block. So for that reason, we have given a name which we will use later in our for block. Okay, then this is the same FetchXML query which we have, created with the help of advanced filter. Okay, and here we are just ending that FetchXML. So again, the syntax for liquid code for that FetchXML to end, it's called end FetchXML. Okay, then we are creating a table. Okay, in the table, what are the headings? Simply, I am giving only three columns. Based on your requirement, you can add more number of columns if you want in this section. So this is our heading: employee ID, name, and city. Okay. Then we are starting the loop. So you need to give that particular name. Okay, what we have given while initiating your FetchXML query. Then dot result dot entities. Okay, and we will store all the values which we have get into this result. Then in the TD, what we will do from this result, okay, pick out the employee ID. Since this is coming from the main table, your employee table. So here we are not using any alias, as you can see. Directly under double quote, you can write it down. Then for the second name column, since name column is coming from your related table, from your linked table, that's why we have used this A underscore merged. So here we have already seen like aliasing we have given. So A dot something, like A dot, the logical name of the name or the city or whatever column you're interested in, you need to specify here. So name I want to give, so I have given alias dot, the logical name of the name column, and then logical name of the city column. So we will render only these three column, and then we will end our for loop. Okay. And then we will close our table and all the div tags. I'll just simply copy this, and you can come to your web page and you just paste it here. Save it. Once your changes is been saved, you need to come to your design studio, and this we have already aware of. Whatever changes you have done in your portal management, like in the classic way, you need to come back here and you need to sync it so that all the changes that you have made will get synced. So you can create it from here as well. So just create, this is called modern way of creating a web page. Give a name and choose the like layouts and then click on add. Once you are done with it, so let's say we have created an add employee web page. So how we can add the custom script? You need to create this edit. You need to click on the edit code, open in Visual Studio Code. The VS Code will open in your browser. Here you will also see three different files. One for HTML, one for JS, one for your CSS. Okay. See, CSS, JS, and HTML is being created here. So this is a modern way of creating a web page and adding a custom code. Okay. So from here also you can create it, and at the end, after making all the changes, you need to do a Control S, and then you need to create click on sync so that all your changes comes and get synced. We have just now created. We can close it. Okay. So just now we have created a page using a classic way. So here you can see employee web page has been added in your other section. I just want to move it to my main section. Click on move to main section. Now it is there in the main section. Now just simply check what is the page setting, like what is the permission for this page. So I don't want anyone can see this page. I want to give specifically some role. So I'll give partner role. So in my previous video, you can see how you can create roles, and then in the roles, you can add user contact. Okay. if you don't know how to create a role and add a contact in it, you can watch that video. Okay. Then I have added permission as well. I'll sync it again so that the permission changes is being saved. Now I will preview. Let's go to that employee web page from the upper tab and see. So if we go back to our table, employees table, you can see these many employees have been there. Then why only true information has been rendered on this web page? Because if you go back to your web page, we have filtered, we have written a filter condition, right? So if we remove this filter condition, just comment it, okay? Or just remove it simply and save it. And again, sync the changes. So now I have removed the filter condition. So in this case, what should I be able to see as an expected result? Like all the records from the employees table should be visible to us at the front end. Like Bruce, Raghav, Sarah, Stephen, and these many records should be rendered here. Even if it's multiple, it's fine. We can add the code later, like we want to see only unique records. So let's refresh this page again and see all the information started coming. Employee name and then employee city and employee ID. So I think you find this video helpful. So just stay tuned with me. I will cover like how you can perform CURD operation in this particular section. And this first row is coming from employee table, and these two columns are coming from employee personal detail table. So this way you can, achieve your requirement. And both the things I have covered, like how you can render it on your web page and how you can add it in your Power Automate. Thank you.